slowing the inhale so that the chest and the belly expands. Long exhale, belly and chest contracts. Inhale. And exhale. Ujjayi breathing, constricting the glottis. 4 more breaths. Either Savasana or vrchikasana. Last one in. Long one out. And then give yourself a big, big stretch. Arms over the head. Rotate the ankles and the wrists. Tickle fingers and toes, and then hug the knees into the chest and rock around a little bit from left to right. And then some circular motions with this on each side of your back. And the other way. Great. Now from here, rocking and rolling back and up. So rock into a tuck. And then roll back. Feet behind the head, either knees bent and curve the spine for a deep nerve tingle and stretch. Or start to straighten your legs if you like. And then rock back up either to boat or with knees bent is fine. The next time we rock back, legs are straight, bottom over the head into plow. Feet over the hands, stretch, 3 breaths. And 2. 1, try to keep your legs straight. For boat, 5 breaths. 4, 3, 2, 1. Now tucking in. And that just comes cross-legged. I'll talk to you about this morning. So Emma, today the level steps up a bit. You've got some of my progressive students, so I think you like it. I'm recording it. I'm going to practice a little bit with you because I'm recording it. I'm just going to see what needs to be done in order to be able to record a class to keep on video file. So obviously it means less talking to a camera and more demonstrating, yeah? But if you've got any questions, unmute yourself and ask me, yeah? Okay, so we will start with the Kundalini breathing. So let's take a couple of breaths first. Bring your hands to the preposition at the chest. And start to set your intentions for the practice. They're very important to set because as our mind relaxes, well, as our body relaxes, our mind relaxes, and all those things that we have in our mind that prevent us from achieving our wildest dreams sort of dissipate, and anything we would like to do becomes a possibility. So whether it's a skill on the mat or something you're dealing with in the daily life, or reminding yourself of your wildest dreams, please plant it in your mind. And then we'll make this morning's practice a dedication to someone you love or someone you need or a higher path beyond ourselves. And chant with me 1 Om, please. Om. Hands to the knees and gentle breath in. And long breath all the way out. Calm the breathing down and then open the eyes. So our first chakra breath, or our first Kundalini breathing technique, is for the base chakra, the Muladhara. It's all about grounding and being connected to the earth. Remember, it's like this. The fingers will be on the shoulders. As we inhale, the knees and elbows fly up, and exhale, they come down. And it's quite a strong exhale. So we're going to do 20 of those. We'll start off slowly and we'll pick up the pace, yeah? Breathe in through the nose and out through the mouth. Inhale. Bring the hands to the knees. Slow the breath down. Absorb the shift in the energy when you do this. Gentle breaths in and out. Okay, the next one is the Swadhisthana chakra. This is our lower abdominals and also sort of our procreation organs. It's all about creativity, fluidity, also controls our cravings and our urges. So it's going to be like this. It's that cat-cow movement. Inhale forward, exhale, suck the belly in. So it's with a ha, 20 of them. Back to neutral. Once again, it's always important to take about 6 to 8 breaths to feel that vibration and energy shift and opening. So our next one is the Manipura chakra, the center of self-esteem, self-control. So what we're going to do is, it's also our motivation. It's our digestive fire and our own inner fire. So it's circular motions. We're going to go 12 in one direction. So inhale to the right, exhale to the left 12 times. And then we'll go the other way, okay? So join me when you are ready. Back to the center. Forgot to say, don't over rock. Use your sort of the navel center to control the twisting. So stay there a little moment. And then we'll start the other side. Good, and back to the center. Neutral. Great. Okay, opening the eyes. Hands back here again. Fingers on top of the shoulders, elbows out. And we are going to do a heart chakra opener. So it's all about unconditional love and giving and kindness and giving without expectation of return. So it's like this. So we're going to do 12 to the left, then neutralize, and then 12 to the right. Off we go. And hands to the knees. Few breaths. Okay, fingers on the shoulders. Then going to do 12 the other way. Just join me when you're ready. And when you're ready, relax. Hopefully you're feeling quite a buzz by now. Everything tingling, everything waking up. It's like having 3 shots of coffee. Okay, so next one, Vishuddha chakra, throat. This is all communication, listening, understanding, communicating our emotions and our heart. It's also about creating that sixth sense, understanding vibrations, sort of non-verbal communication patterns. So we're going to open this area up. We're going to interlace the fingers under the neck. And you start by, with the chin in and the elbows up on an inhale. And as you exhale, you bring your neck back and elbows in. Okay, 20 of these. Just get the right way. Inhale down, exhale up. And then down. Feel that vibration around the neck and the throat and that opening and clarity. Breathe freely through that area. Okay, next one. I'd like you to pick a vibrant color that might be in front of you, hopefully. And you're going to, every time you've got your eyes open, you're going to gaze at that. So your eyes are open like this on an inhale. And then as you exhale, you bring your palms to your eyes and close and visualize the color. We do 20 of these. You ready? Off we go. Palms to the eyes. And then hands to the knees. And then finally, this one. So this is the Sahasrara chakra. This is for inspiration. When we have been slowly opening up all the chakras, ideally, just energy just completely rises and we're completely inspired. So it's inhale, exhale, okay? 20 of these. Hands to prayer. Absorb that energy or just let it flow freely. Enjoy it. 5 minutes. Great. Now from here, when you are ready, coming up to standing, feet together, and raise your arms up. Grab your right wrist and banana bend to the left. So the hips are going to go to the right, and the heels and the arms are going to go to the left. And back to the center. And coming to the other side. And center. And coming to mountain pose at the top of the mat, we will start our Surya Namaskars. When you're ready, arms up on the inhalation, hands down as you exhale. Right leg back, knee grab. Child's pose, exhale. Knees, chest, chin. Cobra on your inhale. Downward facing dog on your exhale. Right foot forward, left knee grounds. Left foot forward, Uttanasana. Arms up, inhale. Hands to prayer, exhale. Inhale, arms up. And exhale, palms down. Left leg back, knee grounds. And then child's pose, exhale. Cobra on the inhale. Ardha Mukha Svanasana, exhale. Left foot forward, right knee grounds. Right foot forward, Uttanasana. Arms all the way up, inhale. Hands to prayer, exhale. Take a gentle breath in and long breath out. Next one, inhale, arms up. Exhale, palms down. Right leg back, knee grounds. And then child's pose, exhale. Knees, chest, chin, cobra on the inhale. Downward dog, exhale. Right leg forward. Left leg forward. Inhale all the way up. And exhale down. Inhale. Keep going. Exhale. Left leg. Inhale. Child's pose. Exhale. Cobra. Inhale. Ardha Mukha. Exhale. Left foot forward. And then right foot forward. Arms all the way up. Inhale. Hands to prayer. Exhale. Take a gentle breath in. And a long breath out. Good. Now push the hips forward. You can bring your hands to the hips for a little moment to pull the tailbone down. Get the hip flexors firing. Then raise the arms up. And wiggle. To the left, to the right, whatever you need. Bounce around if you like. And then open up the heart and the chest. 3 breaths. And then coming up and exhale, folding down. You can bend the knees if you need. Inhale, looking up. And exhale, head down. 3 breaths. Sort the spine out. You can bend one knee at a time and get deeper and deeper into the stretch. You can look up from the half forward, bend on the inhale and fold, or just stay still. Good. Now from here, right leg back, knee ground. Left knee is going to track all the way over the toes and just bounce around a little bit. And then raise your arms up. Good. So the arms are going to come up and back. Push the hips forward. Great. Now from here, keep the right arm up and start to arc to the side like the banana bend. We're going to bring the left fingers down near the hip and right arm over. Try not to bring the hand forward. If your hand doesn't touch the ground, that's fine. You'll get a better stretch. Left fingers down on the outside. Great. Now we're coming to the other side. Right fingers down, left arm over. Good. Now left arm stays up. And then bend the back knee in and bring the heel in towards the buttock. You can wrap the fingers over the toes if you can. Good. Now holding on to the shin, slowly with resistance. So the hip has to almost be pushing forward to slowly come back into this half camel shape. So you can be on the ball of the foot, or you can flatten the leg right down if you're very flexible. But bring the arm over the head. Never squish the lower back. Always scoop the tailbone under and open the upper back. Great. Now from here, coming all the way back up, neutralize the spine and then come to downward facing dog. So hands down and Ardha Mukha Svanasana. Exhale. Roll to plank. Knees, chest, chin, or flat chaturanga. Exhale. So try not to stick the bottom up. Tailbone down. Up with dog, inhale. And downward dog, exhale. 3 breaths. Close your eyes. Lift the tailbone up. Wiggle around if you like. Lift the shoulders out of the arm bones. Press the belly into the thighs and pull the tailbone back. Now look between the hands and bring the right foot in between the hands. Ground the left knee. Push the hips forward. Good. Wiggle around and then arms come up. So ideally arms are either in line with the ears or behind, not in front. So work them back. And keep the left arm up and bring the right hand down on outside edge of the hip. And then bring the left fingers down and right arm over. Good. Now, keep that right arm in the air. Bend the back knee if you like. Otherwise, just stay in a lunge stretch. Fingers over the toes if you can. And stretch forward. And then holding onto the shin with resistance. Coming back into that half camel. Scoop the tailbone. Here you can observe which side of the body the muscles engage more actively than the others. Mine's my right side, not my left, so I have to be very focused on engaging the left side. Good. Now coming up, neutralize the spine and coming into your downward facing dog. Exhale. Plank on the inhale and chaturanga. Exhale. And up dog and downward dog. Taking 5 breaths here. Every exhale, squeezing the belly and applying the bandhas. Take one more breath in. One more breath all the way out. Ground the right foot and lift the left leg high in the air behind you. Point the toe. Good. Try not to collapse into the right hip. Gaze forward and see if you can either lift the right hand off the floor or all the way up in line with the hip. Spreading the mat with the right foot and the left hand. Good. Right hand down. Press into all 4 edges of the right hand. See if you can lift the left hand up a little bit and raise the left arm in line with the left hip. See if you can kick the left leg higher. Give it a go. Play around with it. Eventually left hand comes down and left foot comes between the hands and beyond the ball of the back foot. We're going to come to a high lunge. The knee is off the ground, but the hips are sinking deep, even below the knees, to get that deep hip flexor stretch, and bounce around a little here if you can. Great. Now keep the hips square, squeeze the hip bones in and tuck the tailbone. We're going to bring the right hand down on the inside edge of the foot and twist towards the left. Now I would bring the right hip out to the right and pull the lower belly in and twist through the diaphragm. And then curl the shoulder in towards the knee. That opens the chest up more. Great. Now from here, ground the feet down and come to warrior 2. Bend the knees strongly to 90 degrees. And reverse the warrior. Now as you reverse the warrior, see if you can bring that arm behind the back and grab the left bar. Open up the chest to face the sky. It's almost like a twist. And we're going to slide that arm down the inside edge of the leg if you're comfortable, staying in your half bind, and bring the hand around the leg, all the way around the thigh if you can. Or maybe bring the hand behind the leg completely and binding. Don't bind, try to avoid this. This happens at the beginning with the chest forward and the bottom back. But the challenge eventually is just using the arms. Fold that arm underneath the leg. 3 more breaths. And 2. And now unravel, come back to warrior 2 and straighten the leg. We're going to come to half moon, Ardha Chandrasana. Look in front and travel the left fingers forward and raise that right leg in the air. I want a very active leg. Toes either pointed or flexed. I really don't mind which one. You can either stay here or lift the leg higher, or if you are comfortable, you can bend the top leg and grab the top foot and kick the leg as far away from you as you can. Chest up to counter the balance. Now let go of that leg and work out exactly where you put that back foot down to create your triangle pose. It's only 1 meter apart. And the left instep, the right instep, sorry, lines up with the left heel. And open up. Squeeze the hip bone forward. Unsquish this hip area. Could have a little bit of a squish. So if you need to lift up a little bit and then slide back down, by all means do so. And looking forward. And we're going to come to rotated triangle. So look down. The challenge here, do not bring this right hand down until you are ready to place it down in the right place. So we need strong legs. We're going to manage the heel alignment, then the hip alignment, so bring the right hip forward, then swap the hands. The right hand will be on the inside or outside edge of the left foot. Left hip is going to pull back and keep twisting towards the left. Pull the belly in, twist via the diaphragm. 5 breaths. Great. Now hands down on either side of the foot and fold forward. Head to shin. If you feel like a stretch in the shoulders, weight into the feet, or even weight and strength into the feet, interlace your fingers behind the back, arms over the head. Good. Now hands down on either side of the foot. Swing the left leg up, 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 and back. Keep it up. And coming into chaturanga. Stay with the leg up in the air. Keep it higher. Back muscles completely firing up. And upward facing dog. Inhale. And downward facing dog. Exhale. Well done, guys. There's a big sequence on one side. Take 3 more breaths and we're going to do it to the other side. Okay. Ground the left foot and raise the right leg in the air behind you. And gazing at a spot on the ground, see if you can raise your left hand in line with your left hip. Not going to be easy if you completely collapsed into your left hip. You've got to have that muscle isolation. You've got to press the weight into the right hand and left foot. Left hand down. See if you can then raise your right hand in line with the right hip. And raise the right leg higher. And right hand down. And coming to warrior 1. Oh, high lunge, sorry. We're going to be on the ball of the back foot, sinking down. Arms up. Bounce around. Good. Now, left hand on the inside edge of the foot. Pull the belly in and twist to the right. And then warrior 2. Good. Now the hand is going to come behind the back and reverse the warrior. And keep that hand there and coming into vrchikasana, side angle posture. Wrapping or binding, half wrapping or binding, eventually full wrapping or binding. Once again, just using shoulder movement and arms to get into the pose, not your bottom. Good. And then into warrior 2 and straighten the leg. Into your half moon pose. Shift the weight to the right leg and then bring the right fingers down and raise the left leg up. Even weight throughout all four edges of the feet, lift the leg up, or maybe bend the knee and hold the foot, bring the foot back. Kicking the leg as far away as you can. At one next point, next exhale, extend the leg back out and working into your triangle shape, straightening it out, preventing any kind of bottom squish. You might want to lift the hip out of the thigh bone before elongating out. 5 breaths. Good, now look down at the foot. Left hand on the outside edge of the right foot, right hip back, and pull the belly in and twist. Rotated triangle. Okay, hands down on either side of the foot. Fold forward and interlace your fingers behind the back and bring your arms over your head. And then hands down. Right leg lifts all the way up and back into 3-legged downward dog. Kick it up high, use your back muscles. And then controlled chaturanga. Exhale. Chin and chest to the ground. Good. 2 more breaths. Upward dog, inhale. And downward dog, exhale. Take 5 breaths here. Okay, well done. Ground your right foot. Lift your left leg and bend the knee up towards the sky. And either stay here in this kind of hip yawn. If you want to challenge yourself, you gaze to the ground a little bit. Raise your right arm and see if you can grab the left foot and pull it away. Good. Now right hand down. Left foot between the hands and ground the right knee. And maybe from here, when you got the left leg forward, we're going to raise the right leg up and bring the left hand to the right heel. Tuck the tailbone and open up and back. Half back arch. Bring the right shoulder blade all the way over the left knee. Pull the belly in and lift the belly off the thigh. Good. And if you are comfortable to bring your hands to prayer at the chest, do so. If you are comfortable to bind, please don't make it forced. It's once again got to come from the shoulder rotation, and it's coming from the shoulder blade connection with the shoulder girdle. Okay, and then bringing the left arm behind and grab the left wrist. Straighten the back leg or ground the back heel down. Great. Now our next pose is reverse warrior. Your challenge is not to touch the ground with your hands. So we are going to keep flipping, flipping, flipping into our reverse warrior and open up all the way. Good. And we can cheat a little bit and straighten the legs for a moment. Then bend the knee again and interlace your fingers behind the back and bring the arms back. We're going to come to humble warrior. This involves the hip rolling back and the shoulder flexing down in line with the inner knee, head down towards the ankle or the big toe. Arm over the head. You could stay here, or if you like to bind, by all means do so. And if you would like to come to the arm balance, Ekapada Kundinyasa B, you can rest the leg on the arm and float. 5 breaths. Whichever one you're doing, we're all going to meet in chaturanga. So you bring your hands down, come back to plank, push down, or you just jump back. And then up dog. And then downward facing dog. 5 breaths here. Two more. Ground the left leg, raise the right leg, bend the knee in towards the heel in towards the left buttock. Gaze to the ground and then raise the left hand up in line with the right foot. Grab the foot, pull the foot away. Or just hang in the hip yawn. Good. Now left hand down. Bring your right foot between the hands and ground the left knee. So you're on the ball of the left foot this time. Raise the left arm, push the hips forward, and bring your right hand to the left heel. Push the hips forward so the tailbone lengthens. Chest up, arm back. Good. Now coming back up, we're going to bring the left shoulder blade well over the right knee for the rotation and the bind. So if you don't bind, you just work as much as you can on getting that left shoulder blade all the way over. And hands to prayer and straighten the back leg. The final detail is grounding that back heel down, but don't let it distort the hip alignment. 3 more breaths. Good. Now unravel. Do not let the hands touch the ground. We are coming to reverse warrior. Good. And now straighten the leg and cheat a little bit. 1 or 2 breaths. Bend the knee again for humble warrior. Shoulder on the inside edge, head to big toe. Shoulder rolls in towards the hips and arms over the head. Or bind. Or arm balance, whichever one you choose. 5 breaths. And come to your vinyasa. 5 breaths. Okay, last exhale, look up and come onto all fours. Curvy cat and cow, just to rest the shoulders a little bit before the next exercises. 3 more breaths. Hump the back round and pull the belly in. And exhale down and take 1 more. Inhale. And exhale back to downward dog. So this time when we look between the hands, we're going to do a few bunny hops. So you can either just roll from plank to downward dog. If you're not comfortable with bunny hops, you can do that 5 times. Or the bunny hops that I'm talking about, you glue your legs together and up and down. Do whatever option suits you. You're up for a handstand. We've got about a minute here. When we're all finished, we're going to meet in a squat at the top of our mat to prepare for crow. One or 2 more. And everybody meeting in a squat, heels pretty close, toes out. Okay, just taking a few breaths here. Tailbone down, hands to heart center, spine straight. 3 more breaths. So your first challenge is working on staying in crow for 5 breaths. So knees into the armpits, scoot the tailbone in, hump the back, elbows over the wrists. 5 breaths. Good. Now coming down. So if you are not comfortable with crow, you're putting your head on a bolster and experimenting with lifting up and down. So just keeping the bolster there so that to break your fall, but you won't fall if your chest is up and you interplay the weight between your fingers. If your chest is down, your head will go down. Okay, so our next challenge is either staying in crow or going from crow to headstand to crow. So I'm going to demonstrate. It's going to be crow for a few breaths. And then you lower down into a tripod headstand and shift the weight into the head. And come to up. Come back to crow. And back. So you can either do that or just basic crow. Or last variation, if you wanted to try, is do a lotus crow. So in your own time, working on some options that might suit you. Or if you wanted to just work into your 3-point headstand, and if you want to just give it a go to try and bring your legs down and up, that's also another option. Off you go. Well done. Take your time. When you have finished the options that suit you, good. There's another one that you could possibly try if you want is handstand to crow. Takes a lot of mindfulness, so imagining you're doing it before you do it. Whichever one you do, at the very end, we're going to all meet in Uttanasana. Legs a little wider than normal and bend the knees a bit. So you're really folded, and then interlace your fingers behind the back and bring the arms over the head. And head up on the inhale and exhale down. Head up and exhale down. Head up and exhale down. Good. And then hands down by your feet. And then coming all the way up to standing. Feet together. That's the end of a very, very long and involved Surya Namaskar series. Good. Vinyasa series. Keep arms over the head. A few more breaths. Hands to prayer at the chest. Exhale. Close your eyes. Good, and then hands down by your feet. Good. So the balance challenge today is bird of paradise. So what we are going to do is keep our weight into our left leg. Okay, so you can just mirror me and you can face me. We're going to hug or like bind around the right leg, shoulder on the inside, binding around. Grab the left wrist or the left fingers. Exhale. Inhale, pop up. I would start with the knee bent. Just get your shape and your stability. So the shape is open. It's almost like you're sandwiched. Put some weight into the inside edge of the foot. Now look out over that left shoulder. Then start to elongate the leg, right leg. Good. Now let go of the right leg. See if you can keep it in the air. See if you can bind it again. Come down super slowly. The trick being to keep that left shoulder open and out and down. Good, tricky, something to practice. Let's go to the other side. So we're going to keep the right leg down and bind the left leg, just mirroring me. Exhale, inhale, come up with the leg bent. Just stop at each position. Look out over the right shoulder blade. Then straighten that left leg. Then see if it can stay free. See if you can rebind. See if you can come down slowly. Tricky. Good, and coming up. Shake it out. Good, okay, so let's work on some inversions. You can either work towards handstands or forearm balance. Let's start with our forearm balance. The easiest versions are either feet on a sofa or feet up a wall, whatever you've got. Coming up this way, and what we're going to work on is maybe raising one leg off or splitting the leg. Maybe I'll do it this way. I don't know. You can see this wall. I could go up here, or I could split the leg and maybe flirt with the idea of the toe lifting off. And then the other way. Or you can work, kick up to the wall, or you can work free of the wall completely. So always use your stronger side and your less strong side. So whichever one, start with one and then the other. Try to avoid too big a jump. Try to float up. That involves getting the bottom over the shoulders from the start. Playing around with the legs if you are free balancing. Scorpion style variations. Stag style variations. Whatever you like. Whichever options you choose, for this go one or two more breaths. And when you have finished your forearm balance, come onto the crown of the head, chin in, and bring your arms over the head. So likewise with your handstand, either Spider-Man handstand at 90 degrees, just working on lifting your belly, pulling your belly in and lifting your bottom up so you don't end up looking like this. This wants to be corrected. This needs to turn into that. Or kicking up to the wall or the free balance handstand if that's what you're working towards. Take about a minute with that. Whatever you're working on, maybe trying one more. Once again, releasing the neck when you are ready via rabbit posture. Tuck your chin all the way in. Great. So from here, coming to seated, facing me, we'll start to open the shoulders, prepare for back bends. So just mirror me, get your left leg on the ground and right leg over. You know, it's cow face pose. So if your right leg is over, it's my left, but I'm going to mirror you. I'm going to bring the right arm underneath so the fingers crawl up towards the neck. The left arm over, so use the belt if you can't reach to pull the arms close together. Lift up with the chest on the inhale. Keep the sit bones grounded and lengthen the front spine forward and the belly forward over the leg. 5 breaths. And coming up and relax and changing sides. So you got your left leg over this time. Going to bring your left arm under, the right arm over, and forward fold. And coming up and having a rest for a moment. Now, ideally, you've got a bolster, but if you don't have a bolster, you've got a cushion. We'll do these back strengthening exercises. I love these with the bolster. Makes your back go to a few different depths that you may not go to naturally. If you've got a very naturally open spine, you may not need it, but you could probably go even deeper. So you get your hip bones into the bolster, thigh bones engaged, and you're coming into already a deeper cobra than you normally would, hopefully. And just start to relax the lower back. If it tends to clench during these poses, just let all that kind of squishing and clenching go. Then the left knee, and if you can bring the fingers over the foot, come into a half frog. And then pull the leg away as if you're coming to a half bow, and watch that the shoulder faces forward. Don't face the shoulder, don't poke the shoulder out. Other side, right foot in, fingers over the toes. And then leg out. And maybe with that belly up, bend the other leg in and both legs come up into a bow pose. And work on opening the chest to the sky. 5 breaths. Great. Okay, from here, coming into that last cobra, nice and deep. And then coming into child. If you can kick your head, Marissa, do so. And then coming into child's pose, buttocks to the heels. And relaxing the forehead down onto the bolster. And just if you need, you give your kidneys a little bit of a massage. Good. Next posture in the back bend series. Push the hips deeply forward. Maybe be on the balls of the back foot if you're not so flexible. You're going to do the camel version first without the hands to the heels, so that your actual middle body has to do all the work. So push the hips forward, hands to the glutes, lift up the chest, and then draw your head back. Stay here for a few moments, hands on the hip bones of the thighs. Then you can go in to the pose as deep as you like. Hands on the heels, or hands on your calves, or hands, all arms over their head into full kapatasana, up to you. You can go in whatever suits you, or you can do your variations that suit you today. Maybe arms over the head, and pushing down, and pushing up. A few times. And then once again, when you lift up, come into child's pose and massaging the back. I do a lot of back bends because A, my back is stiff, but B, it just stimulates everything in the body, gets everything moving and going. I think reduces fear. A lot of the back bend poses are just a little scary, so you get over those. Okay. Let's go deeper into our spinal extensions. So the next challenge is our back bend challenge. We're going to do 5 back bends. I'll show you how we're going to do them. Each back bend is 3 breaths each with a push up in between. So it's like this. We do it together. So I'll demonstrate the first one and then we'll do 5 together. So it's 3 breaths there, head down, and then come up. So come into your shape and off we go. Right, 1, 2, 3. Head down, exhale, inhale, 1, 2, 3. Exhale, head down, inhale, 1, 2, 3. Exhale. I think this is the 3rd one or the 4th one. I don't know. I've lost count. And down. And another one. And because I lost count, maybe one more. And then lying down. And then relaxing. Hug the knees in and just rock from side to side. And this kind of gives us our peak pose of the day, which will be like a scorpion style handstand. So the way we are going to do these is either, let me show you here, where if you could see a wall here, forearms down, kick the leg over. Now you can use the wall to help you bring your legs down a little closer and push your hips forward. Play around with one leg at a time. You can try and drop your feet onto a chair or a sofa if you're feeling daring enough. The trick here to comfortable dropping back onto chairs, here we go, is the more I stick my chest that way, the slower the fall. So I'm going to poke my chest towards the entry of my room, and then my leg goes down slowly, and then my foot goes onto the chair comfortably. That's quite a good pose. It's quite fun. And then work on kicking off, or free balance, or handstand scorpions. So you've got about a minute or so there, and then we're going to start to wind down. Playing around with it, whatever you're comfortable with. Good one. When you have finished, whichever option, we are all going to meet in a very energy neutralizing posture, Supta Baddha, lying down butterfly. Hands to the belly, go back to the breath. Okay, so all those back bends and handstands really excite the body, so we're just going to do a couple of gentle spinal twists. And then a shoulder stand, but a gentle one. Let's start in a half shoulder stand for the beginning. So we're piked, so we've got our hips into our hands. Close the eyes, focus on your third eye and soften the forehead and the brain. If you want to take a step up, you come to your traditional shoulder stand, all in one line. Or if you'd like to do it unsupported, interlace your fingers behind the back, near a lumbar savangasana. If you feel you would like to do it with your lotus, keep your lotus and your knees up. Now your next posture is plow. You will either have your legs long behind the head, or if you're in lotus, Keep your legs at 90 degrees from the torso. Press your palms into your legs and hold. After plow, either knee to ear, or if you're in your lotus, then hug around in your embryo pose. Pindasana, Gata Pindasana, or Pindasana and Savangasana. Okay, eventually wherever you are, rolling, rolling, rolling down and coming to your fish pose, either with the legs straight or your legs in lotus. Poke your ribs up as high as you can. Come onto the crown of the head. 20 Bhastrika breaths. Take a breath in and then lying down in Shavasana. Well done, guys. Taking a few moments there. Slow the breathing down. Ideally about 5 to 10 minutes, or up to 10 minutes in Shavasana, really, if you've got the time. After such a practice that is quite active and dynamic, the grounding and letting all that energy settle is really important.